Hey, welcome to Punky's World. I am your host, Angelina Wilson, and this is Adult April. The first case I have is Ellsworth Wilson Mielke, or Mielke, M-I-E-L-K-E. I want to say Mielke, but I don't know if that's right. He was 33 years old, out of Salt Lake City, Utah. His abandoned truck was found parked at the Lagoon Resort 18 miles north of Salt Lake. According to people who worked at the resort, it had been abandoned for several days at that point. He had driven the truck to Tremonton, Tremonton, on August the 17th. Now, this was 1947. And back to Salt Lake on the 25th to his employer, the Gould Gasoline Transportation Company, around 11 a.m. to noon. He told his boss he felt ill and was told to go home. He never made it home and has never been seen again. His hat and lunch bucket were found in the abandoned vehicle, and the keys were still in the ignition. His wife said he wasn't depressed. He did have blackouts, and he had a very sore back, which for a truck driver is very common. He was 33 years old, born in 1914, disappeared again August 25th, 1947. The police didn't start searching until September. He was 6 feet tall, 170 to 180 pounds. He had black hair. He wore glasses, had a mustache. His car wasn't found until a month later. Okay, it was found in September. That's why the police finally got off their rear ends. Which back then, and I don't mean that in a mean way to police in general, I mean that saying that in that time frame they did not take missing persons, especially adults, but even children, seriously, very quickly, like they do now. There are 0 leads in the disappearance. If you have any information, please contact the Salt Lake City Police Department at 801-799-3000. That's 801-799-3000. And hopefully we can figure out for his 3 kids what happened. You know, did he black out? Did he fall in some water somewhere? Did he, black out and fall in some water? Or black out, wander off and get hurt? Or I wonder what these blackout spells were about. If he had something neurological going on, because he wasn't a drunk or anything. They certainly would have mentioned if he was a blackout drunk. So I'm assuming that this is neurological. So I'm wondering if something happened neurological to him that caused the disappearance. Because I think the disappearance was related to illness. Because back then, even though he had a bad back, he probably wouldn't have been on pain medicine. They just didn't distribute it back then, and they didn't have all the different ones they have today that are so highly addictive. basic morphine and basic codeine was about all they had back then. So, and like I said, truck drivers having back problems, particularly in their lower back or even their mid back, is not uncommon. Bouncing up and down the roads for all those hours as a long haul driver takes a major toll on the human spine. So that's not even a surprise. Didn't even bat an eye at it. So, but for those of you unfamiliar, that is perfectly normal, unfortunately. God bless you. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you next time as we continue through Adult April.